Stop chasing people. The more you chase, the less they respect you. Psychology shows that people value what feels rare, not what feels guaranteed. And when you finally step back, something strange happens. They come back. Many people spend years chasing attention. They send the first message. They try harder in relationships. They explain themselves over and over again. They sacrifice their time, energy, and dignity just to keep people around. But the result is almost always the same: less respect, less attention, less appreciation. And the painful question appears: why does giving more make people value you less? The answer lies deep inside human psychology. The human mind does not measure value by effort. It measures value by scarcity. What is rare becomes important. What is always available becomes invisible. Think about this. When someone is constantly available, constantly texting, constantly explaining, constantly chasing, the brain slowly categorizes them as predictable, and predictable things lose psychological value. This is why chasing people creates the opposite result. It removes mystery. It removes challenge. It removes the fear of losing you. And once people feel they cannot lose you, they stop trying to keep you. This is the first psychological lesson. Respect grows where access becomes limited, not where attention becomes unlimited. Strong people understand this instinctively. They do not chase, they observe. They invest their energy where it is valued, and they walk away when it is not. Because walking away changes the entire psychological dynamic. Suddenly, the person who always had access to you does not anymore.
Your silence becomes noticeable. Your absence becomes visible, and the brain begins asking a powerful question: why did they stop? This curiosity activates something psychologists call the scarcity effect. When access disappears, perceived value increases. The same person who ignored you before now begins to notice the silence. And silence is powerful, because silence creates psychological tension. People start thinking about you. They replay conversations. They question their own behavior. They wonder if they made a mistake. This is the second psychological lesson. Absence creates reflection. When you stop chasing, you give people space to feel your absence, and absence forces people to evaluate your value. But there is even a deeper layer. Chasing people communicates something silently. It signals insecurity, not intentionally, but psychologically. When someone constantly tries to prove their worth, the brain interprets it as a lack of self-value, and people naturally respect confidence more than approval-seeking. This is why Stoic philosophy teaches emotional independence. The Stoics believed your peace should never depend on another person's attention, because external validation is unstable. Today someone values you. Tomorrow they might not, but self-respect remains constant. And when you operate from self-respect instead of desperation, your entire presence changes. You become calm. You become selective. You become difficult to manipulate. And people notice this immediately. I remember a moment in my own life that proved this perfectly. There was someone I constantly tried to keep in my life. I was always the one reaching out, always explaining, always fixing problems that were not mine. And the more I tried, the colder they became. Until one day I stopped. No message, no explanation, no chasing, just silence. And for the first time, they noticed. Days later, they reached out, curious, concerned, suddenly asking questions they never asked before. Not because I forced them, but because the dynamic changed. For the first time, they experienced what it felt like to lose access, and that is the moment when power returns. But here's the truth many people misunderstand. Walking away is not a manipulation strategy. It is not a trick to make people chase you. It is a boundary, a declaration of self-respect. You are not stepping back to control others. You are stepping back to control yourself. And ironically, that's what creates real attraction. Because confidence is magnetic, calmness is powerful, and independence is rare. When you stop chasing people, three things happen. The wrong people disappear, the right people step forward, and you finally regain your peace. But the most important change happens inside you. You stop measuring your worth by who stays. You start measuring your worth by how you respect yourself. And once you reach that level of awareness, everything changes. Your energy becomes quieter. Your presence becomes stronger. Your silence becomes meaningful. And people begin to treat you differently. Because the person who does not chase is the person who cannot be controlled. So, if you feel exhausted chasing attention, stop. Step back, focus on your growth, build your life, protect your energy, and let people reveal where they truly stand. Because the ones who value you will meet you halfway, and the ones who don't were never meant to walk beside you. Respect yourself enough to walk away, and watch how the world suddenly starts noticing you. Subscribe for psychology and power.